Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Today, I will be doing a feature on D Train. Someone left a comment asking for me to do a video on D Train, and other people left comments for me to do videos on other artists. And I want you all to know that I saw your comments, and I will be doing a video on all of them. Back in the early 80s, videos for R&B artists was just starting to take off. A lot of artists didn't have a budget for videos. If they had a hit, a performance video was usually what R&B artists was doing. They would just stand and sing or play their instruments and sing, and that was about it in 1980. Even Michael Jackson danced in front of a early model green screen on Can't Stop Till You Get Enough. Now, I don't know if that was the case for D Train, but I do remember seeing a photo and I just saw one guy. And I remember saying, where was the band at? And I was also surprised to know that it was two members of D Train. I didn't know that. You would only see one person on their album covers. High school friends James D. Train Williams and Herbert Eves III formed D Train in 1980. They had their first big hit in 1981 called You're the One for Me. Now, both were from Brooklyn, New York, but Herbert Eves III was not new to being in a hit band. He was once a member of the popular group Entombed. They also had two more hits on that album, and one of my favorites was Keep On. Now, I can't sing, but the chorus was, sky is the limit and you know that you keep on, just keep on pressing on. Sky is the limit and you know that you can have what you want, be who you want. Now, do y'all remember Notorious Big and 112's laid back version of that chorus? And they also had the little kids playing grown-ups in the video. That was D Train's chorus 16 years later. They also made a remake of Dionne Warwick's song Walk On By. There's a lot of versions of this Burt Bacharach composed song out, but to me, Isaac Hayes had a more memorable version, but D Train version wasn't a disappointment. Now, the song Keep On was a big hit, but You're the One for Me was a bigger hit, and that's mainly because it was a huge dance song. And since disco ended so abruptly, it was like the last big dance hit of that era, even though it wasn't a disco song. D Train released a second album in 1983 titled Music. The group never really received the attention that it did with their first album. The duo also made a third album called Something on Your Mind. But honestly, I had to go listen to it just to remember it. And I did vaguely remember the title song, Something on Your Mind. It made the charts at number 12, and I really did like that song. The duo split after having 3 albums together, and they also had the best of D Train. James D. Train Williams started a solo career, and Eves contributed to his Miracles of the Heart album. And that's kind of refreshing to hear that they went their separate ways but were able to still work together. And that lets you know that it wasn't any animosity between them. James D. Train Williams had 2 other solo albums, In Your Eyes in 1988 and 701 Franklin Avenue in 2009. This duo made a mark in history. They were the real deal. Not only was their music sampled by artists like Gerald Levert and the Notorious Big, they were sampled by a host of other artists, and their music was actually covered by Miles Davis and Paul Hardcastle. Now that's saying a lot about their talent. They produced as well as performed background work for other artists. And James D. Train Williams also contributed to video game soundtracks. And at one time, he was a DJ on Sirius Satellite Radio. After 40 years in this music industry, it's safe to say that music is their occupation. They really understood the business part of this industry and they utilized every part of it. This duo was more than a hit record. They learned how to make the music industry work for them. And I'm always happy to hear about stuff like that.